Welcome back to What's That Behind You, where we dive into the eerie, the unexplained, and the downright terrifying. England is home to some of the oldest and most haunted pubs in the world. Places where history lingers in the air, and sometimes so do the ghosts that came before us. Tonight, we're exploring 10 of the most haunted pubs across England, each with its own ghostly tales and spine-chilling histories. So grab a drink if you dare, and let's get into it. First up, we have the Mermaid Inn Rye, a pub that dates back to the 12th century. With such a long history, it's no surprise that it's said to be haunted by multiple spirits. The most famous is a lady in white who appears near the fireplace in room 1, a spectral figure that has startled more than one guest over the years. Some claim she was a former resident of the inn, while others believe she is a ghost of a tragic lover waiting for someone who never returned. But the hauntings don't stop there. The inn was once a notorious hideout for the infamous Hawkhurst Gang, a group of violent smugglers in the 18th century. Guests and staff have reported seeing ghostly duels between shadowy figures, their swords clashing in a spectral battle before vanishing into thin air. Others have felt unseen hands pushing them, and eerie footsteps echo in the empty hallways late at night. If you ever find yourself in York, the Golden Fleece is a must-visit, if you have nerves of steel, that is. This pub, dating back to 1503, is said to be haunted by over a dozen spirits, including Lady Alice Beckett, the wife of a former mayor of York. She has been seen wandering the halls in her spectral form, often appearing in guests' rooms, watching them as they sleep. But she's not alone. A man dressed in red has been spotted in the bar area, believed to be the ghost of a former landlord. Perhaps the most terrifying presence is that of a Canadian airman who fell to his death from one of the upper floors. Witnesses report seeing his apparition drifting through halls and hearing the heavy thud of a body hitting the ground, only to find nothing there. In the heart of London, the Viaduct Tavern stands on the site of a former debtor's prison. The cells beneath the pub once housed prisoners who were unable to pay their dues, many of whom died in misery. Staff have reported hearing whispers in the dead of the night, often when the pub is completely empty. One of the most chilling experiences involves the cellar. On multiple occasions, landlords and workers have found themselves locked inside, the door slamming shut behind them with no explanation. Could it be the spirits of long-forgotten prisoners still seeking justice? One visitor even claimed to feel an ice-cold hand grip their shoulder before vanishing into thin air. Though not in England, the Skirrid Inn in Wales deserves an honourable mention. This ancient inn, dating back over 900 years, was once used as a courtroom where criminals were sentenced to death. Many were hanged right on the premises, with the execution rope tied to a wooden beam still visible today. The spirit of the infamous Judge Jeffreys, known for his ruthless sentences, is said to linger here, along with the souls of those he condemned. Guests have reported sudden feelings of suffocation, as if a noose was tightening around their neck. Others have seen shadowy figures in the stairwells, believed to be the ghosts of the hanged men seeking revenge. The ancient Ramm Inn is notorious among paranormal investigators. Built on an ancient pagan burial site, this pub has a dark and sinister reputation. Former owner John Humphreys, who lived there for over 50 years, claim to have encountered numerous spirits, including a demonic entity. Visitors have reported being pushed, scratched, and even held down by unseen forces. The ghosts of the murdered child, thought to have been sacrificed in a ritual, have been seen wandering the halls. Others claim to hear a woman's cry echoing through the building at night, perhaps the spirit of a former resident who met a tragic end. The Ostrich Inn in Colnbrook has a particularly gruesome history. In the 17th century, landlord Jarman and his wife devised a horrific scheme to rob wealthy travellers. They would invite guests to stay the night, then drop them through a trapdoor in their bedroom, plunging them into a vat of boiling liquid. The spirits of their many victims are said to haunt the pub, while ghostly apparitions appearing near the site of the murders. Guests have reported hearing agonising screams in the dead of the night, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread near the trapdoor's former location. Located in the heart of Avebury Stone Circle, the Red Lion is believed to be haunted by the ghost of a woman named Florrie. According to legend, her husband caught her in an affair and in a fit of rage murdered her before throwing her body down the pub's well. To this day, Florrie's ghost is seen wandering the pub, dressed in a 17th century clothing. Patrons have reported glasses shattering on their own, objects moving inexplicably, and even the sensation of an invisible hand brushing against their skin. Dating back to 1251, Ye Olde Msn Sythe in Bolton is one of England's oldest pubs, and has seen its fair share of bloodshed. It is linked to the execution of James Stanley, the 7th Earl of Derby, who was beheaded in 1651 during the English Civil War. His ghost has been spotted in the pub, often appearing near the chair where he supposedly sat before his execution. A chilling CCTV recording once captured a shadowy figure appearing overnight before vanishing into thin air. Some say the ghostly presence is still awaiting his justice. Cornwall's famous Jamiaca Inn has a chilling past tied to smugglers and wreckers who lured ships to their doom. Disembodied voices are frequently heard in empty rooms, and shadowy figures are often seen passing through locked doors. One of the most famous ghostly encounters involves a spectral man in a tricorn hat who vanishes when approached. Paranormal investigators have even captured eerie EVP recordings that seem to confirm the presence of lingering spirits. The Angel Hotel in Lymington has a long history of ghostly encounters, with guests reporting spectral figures standing at the foot of their beds. The sound of phantom footsteps pacing the halls in the dead of the night has unnerved many visitors, and some claim to have felt an icy presence watching them as they sleep. So, there you have it. 10 of the most haunted pubs in England, each with its own spine-tingling history. But remember, just because you don't see something doesn't mean it isn't there. The echoes of the past linger in the shadows, waiting, watching, perhaps even following you home. Until next time, sleep tight and remember, you don't have to be afraid of what's behind you, or do you?